A new era for the UFL kicks off in 2026. Now, we had a fire hose of developments recently, but now that things are relatively quiet, it gave me some time to think about what big question I have for each team, at least right now. The DC Defenders finished off a championship season with a dominating 58-point performance over the Michigan Panthers, RIP. That was of the title game. The UFL did the right thing in naming Shannon Harris the permanent head coach, but the question is if Jordan Ta'amu will be back to lead the team again in 2026. It seems as if it's been a waiting game, and with Harris focusing on his duties with former DC head coach Reggie Barlow at Tennessee State, it could be another 11th-hour decision for the Defenders. Ta'amu signed just before training camp back in 2025. The Defenders did sign receiver Ty Scott for the 2026 campaign, so he figures to be a huge weapon to whoever is QB1 for DC. You can make the case for the Battlehawks seemingly every year since the XFL 2023 days, but when is it finally going to happen for head coach Anthony Becht and company? As has been the case, the offense should be one of the best in the UFL, with dynamic running back Jarvion Howard re-signing, and the arrival of one of the top receivers and kick returners in the European League of Football, Aaron Cruikshank. The Battlehawks faithful, they've been waiting patiently, and maybe some not so patiently, but if 2026 falls short of expectations, you have to wonder if the fan base might falter. Luis Perez is back for another round of spring football. The Spring Kings celebrated a championship in 2023, but can the now Dallas Renegades help the King earn the crown in 2026? Perez led the league in passing yards and pass completion percentage last year and had a much improved defense from the season before. But Bob Stoops and company just failed to get it done against some of the best teams in the league. The Renegades have made some big moves in free agency, including the signing of former San Antonio Brahma wide receiver Jontre Kirkland. He was one of the best in the business in 2024 before a drop-off in 2025. But I do wonder, could this team really put it all together and give the King one more crown? Speaking of Kings, Louisville loves a winner, so let's talk about the Louisville Kings. After countless failed attempts at pro soccer in the Derby City, Louisville City FC of the United Soccer League hit the ground running. In 2015, Orlando City FC moved to Louisville and made it to the Eastern Conference Finals that first year. That started a streak of playoff appearances, and with it, Lou City ranks at or near the top in average attendance in the league. So why do I bring all this up? Because Lou City's home is now home of the Louisville Kings. While we are not yet totally clear on what the team makeup will be, the UFL would be smart to put the Kings in a position of success early to ensure long-term fan support. Louisville Business First launched an online and admittedly unscientific poll to gauge fan interest. And at last check, 42% of the respondents say they were somewhat excited and would probably go to a game. 24% said they were very excited and would buy season tickets. Count me in that 24%. 23% responded they were not excited and would not go or watch any games, and 11% said no strong feelings either way. Here's what I will say. This is a poll taken just after the announcement. Lynn Family Stadium can produce a party atmosphere. You put another winner on the pitch in Louisville, we could have a breakout market here in Louisville for the UFL.
When you put football in a stadium like this, there isn't a bad seat. Like the worst seat here is the best seat I've ever had in my life until about 10 years ago. Like, it's amazing. And the action of football, where there's a big play, every play, whether it's a hit, whether it's a sack, whether it's a fumble, whether it's a touchdown, that's going to play so well here.
It is time for Birmingham fans to show up for one of the winningest franchises in the short history of the revamped USFL and now UFL. The Stallions got a stay of execution after reportedly being on the chopping block in the new-look UFL under league co-owner Mike Rapoli. Now, there's been an endless list of excuses for poor turnout at Protective Stadium, where the Stallions will play once again in 2026. Look, the league failed to help with some weird scheduling last year, like the Mother's Day 11 a.m. start, but now is the time for fans to show that they are deserving of a UFL team, especially when that team has done nothing but produce results since its rebirth. Like I mentioned with Louisville, Orlando, well, they love a winner too. Look at the AAF's Orlando Apollos in 2019. the one team in the league that looked competent. In 3 home games at Spectrum Stadium, the Apollos averaged more than 19,000 fans. Now, on the other side of the coin, the completely incompetent Orlando Guardians of the 2023 XFL averaged fewer than 9,000 fans in 5 home games at the 60,000-seat Camping World Stadium. I was a bit surprised to see the Orlando Storm as one of the 3 new franchises in 2026. We have seen franchises and leagues come and go in Orlando, but I am more optimistic with the abandonment of the large venues and the move to Orlando's Enter & Co. Stadium.
This facility here is incredible. It fits our model, everything that we want to do, everything that we wanted to be. I was here in 23 when we were at Camping World, and that facility is amazing, but it's cavernous. And this is exactly where we want to go and where we want to be, and we want to be here in the city of Orlando.
Again, we don't yet know the makeup of the new teams, but the move to Columbus for the UFL made sense on a lot of levels. Playing in the home city of Ohio State's rabid fan base, adding former Ohio State great and former XFL quarterback Cardale Jones as part of the team's identity, and with Columbus having a long history of pro football, this was a home run. Add to it playing in historic Crew Stadium, which seems like it is tailor-made for a team that plays that other kind of football, the Columbus Aviators could be a crown jewel. The question is, can this team take off early? They expect winners in Columbus.
Columbus is known as America's opportunity city. And what better place to play football for an opportunity league like the UFL? We as fans look forward to seeing the team and players represent our city and show the skills necessary to win a championship, as well as continue a career.
The UFL righted a terrible wrong as they brought back the Gamblers as Houston's brand, which is fitting to me because this is the biggest gamble of the league. The fan base of the then Roughnecks, they just weren't showing up for games at TD-ECU Stadium in 2023, averaging just more than 12,000 fans for 5 home games and a playoff game. In 2024, an even bigger disaster at Rice Stadium, where the average turnout was just over 7,000 fans. To be clear, Houston was terrible. They won just 1 game, and the venue was terrible from all accounts. But a lot of fans said I would be apologizing for my doubts about Houston in 2025. Well, Houston returned to TD-ECU Stadium and came on late to finish 5-5, but averaged even fewer fans than the year before with just over 5,700 fans per game. Now, the Gamblers will play in the 22,000-seat Shell Energy Stadium in 2026. We will see if the gamble pays off for the UFL. What's your big question for each team right now? Let me know down in the comments, and if I get enough, maybe we will revisit some of these. Maybe we'll even have some answers. More spring football coverage right here, and be sure to sign up for my free Substack for all alt football news and stories. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe.